Right now I'm aboard the boat putting the camera in. Our GPS coordinates are right in this area, moving towards the north. Clovo's Passage, Kitsap County shoreline. We're in 15 feet of water and we're studying the eel grass along a ledge here. Look how steep it is, and the color of the eel grass. And look at the amount of fish that are in this area. How cool is that? But what's more impressive is how steep the ground is. And what is that red growth? That's something else again too I'm curious about. But to me, I don't know, it looks fairly healthy. The water conditions look good. Of course, we're in shallow water, so this would be a depth a scuba diver would go in and feel fairly safe. The problem is, though, that the body mass would disturb the eel grass, the eggs possibly on it, dig it up with their fins. So, yeah, flying the drone over the top of these, we're not disturbing anything. Actually, we're getting a good look on, if the eel grass in Puget Sound dies, we die. And I have watched it disappear on Kitsap County beaches up and down the Clovo's Passage over the last 30 years I've been working and flying this area. I can go back 20 years ago in the same exact spot and show you, not maybe with the 4K quality because it wasn't available at that time, but the density levels in the older 20 years ago were a lot thicker, higher, taller grass than today. It's interesting as I've looked at and studied, recorded Puget Sound, not only in video, but also sound. What areas are the loudest, the noisiest? Also pollutants that are leaching off of our beaches. All of these things factor into the health of our eelgrass. I'm looking right now, I'm seeing a lot of red. Are those eggs? I'm hoping so. Maybe there's some type of bait fish to help our Puget Sound salmon, the wild chinook. Eelgrass is real important for all the species of fish in Puget Sound. But what a fun flight. You notice how the ground now has leveled out? Wasn't that steep cliff as before? Kind of neat, isn't it? But there's a lot of gaps. Look at all the gaps where there is no growth at all. We're right now looking at my depth finder. We're in 22 feet of water. It's a deep flight today. But now we're getting back into that red again. Yeah, it's real exciting. If you've just joined us for the first time, I'm doing a near and far shoreline research study of the quality of life on our seafloor in shallow water, clear out into the deepest depths, and our mission is to go along the Kitsap County shoreline and identify priority needs that the state is asking for. One of them is public education, and that's what this channel is all about, thokefilm, public education. And if you want to make your television go into an aquarium style mode, swing over to dock, D-O-C, seas, S-E-E-S, under, I crashed, Puget Sound. And you will see a live feed of what we have in the creek system and the different critters and fish that are spawning. You'll really enjoy that. Some days it's a little boring. Other days you'll see a crawdad feeding itself. It's amazing the type of life that's in our creek systems, freshwater, as well as the marine life out in Puget Sound. And when you're in the shallower waters, you don't see quite the marine snow that you would see if you were flying in, let's say, 150 to 600 foot. The deeper I fly the diver drone, the more marine snow I pick up. I think it's simply because the water background is dark, no light, and then the reflection of lights that we use are a minimum of 1,000 K, so we have 6 to 8, 10, 12 of them in the system sometimes, depending if we're shooting 360. And it's just, I think it's the reflection, but I can see it much clearer. Now, there is some marine snow here that we're seeing, and we're back on that ledge again. But I'm sure enjoy bringing this to you, the viewer. And thank you. Like I've said in the past, if you've just joined us, welcome. And if you've been with us a long time, oh man, we started this, what, in 212, something like that, TM Key Film. And thank you for all the support. And as we continue our mission in the Puget Sound research of Kitsap County's health, stay with us. Now look at that. Now that was a real heavy area of red, wasn't it? Look at that. If there's a scientist out there, a marine biologist, would you please, when you see this, email me at THOKE film, Tehoke film at yahoo.com. And would you let me know what that is? I'm hoping it's a good thing, right? I mean, those are eggs of some type. And we're being very careful not to disturb them. I'm just flying over the top. I'm not disturbing anybody. Pretty crazy stuff. I'd like to thank you again for watching. And you fishermen out there, it's going to be a while before we get back out on the waters and run that gear. And so now I'm doing the winter work on the shoreline, and that's what's coming up in the few months. So stay with me, and we'll learn a lot about Puget Sound. Thank you.